Howdy, welcome back to more Space Engineers, and today we're actually going to take that ship up into orbit and we're going to hopefully build the couple of relay stations we need to be able to transmit a signal from the Earth-like base all the way to the ice asteroid. So, let's get started without kneeling. The thing I've been doing while I was off camera is hunting, actually. And found something interesting off over in that direction. I'll share a video of it right now. I just want to know what this is. I have no idea. I've never seen this before. I am not running any NPC mods. I don't have a spawner mod. I would think this might be an artifact for spawning, but no idea. It actually appears to be like a grass clump that doesn't know what it's doing. Really weird. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I don't know what that was. Some sort of artifacting. And it was kind of weird. Oh, and before I get going, let's switch out over here. I did finish up the landing bay here. Fixed the holes in the bay so that we could actually land and the guns would not interfere. I think it turned out pretty good. Also finished up the railing on that side. I think it's pretty good. I'm happy with it. Alright, let's go back here. And now we'll head up into space. Alright, we're back. And as you can see, we're pretty close to the re-entry point. My thoughts are that we're going to go probably 2 or 3 kilometers that way. So there's not much risk of us hitting it. Maybe 5 or 6 actually. Because I don't want to accidentally hit this thing on the way in and or on and off the planet. So we'll get going. Be right back once we get there. Alright, we're there and we are about 6.3 kilometers away, so shouldn't have to worry about it too much. Head back here and I did some hunting while we were on the Earth-like planet. Wound up getting 137 meat, which is pretty good. Just throw that here in the kitchen real quick. Alright, now we'll grab some plates. 79. See if we can grab a few more. And do you have any interior plates already made? No. Well, let's hope we don't need them. Alright, and we are going to rely on Bob. Oh, I also added all the lights and sounds to the airlock. It was in an attempt to try and get the airlock to function better. Didn't make any difference. Okay, so now that we're out here, we're actually going to start with just a battery. Because that way Bob will actually build this for us. Oh, I'm too close to the... Okay, well, we want a laser antenna there anyways. So it's just a small relay. It just has to go down to the Earth-like base and out to that waypoint. So this should work just fine. Alright, a little bit of a jump there. My dog needed to go out. We're also going to add a beacon, because I do believe beacons use less power, and we need something so we can know when we're getting close to this. And we're going to need some solar panels. We're just going to use stationary panels. And we're going to cross our fingers and pray. Don't know what it's waiting on here. Computers and bulletproof glass. Okay, well, Bob should be telling the assembler to make it. We're going to head back inside and we're going to wait for this to get done being built by Bob. Alright, as you can see, Bob has finished building the laser antenna for us. So, we're just going to come into this side panel here and we're going to grab the laser antenna from the Earth-like base. Remember, we copied the GPS coordinates for it after we built it. Now we're going to go back out and make sure that it actually connects. Okay, so now let's head over here, and we have to actually go to the other side because there's an access panel there. First one we built is this one. Paste coordinates. There we go. Just had to increase the distance, and we are connected to the base antenna. That's awesome. Now we're going to come over here, and we're going to see this is fully recharged in 6 hours. That's not too bad. Maybe I'll add a few more solar panels to it. Laser antenna 2, we're actually going to increase its range to infinite. We are going to copy the coordinates. Actually, we're going to name this to... No, we're going to leave that there. Just like that. And we're going to come in here and we're going to change this to be antenna relay. And I can't remember how to spell antenna, because apparently I'm an idiot. Oh, it's a ship. Let's convert that to a station. There we go. And we're going to go in here and we're going to change the beacon. Right now it's 20 kilometers. I only want that to be 5 kilometers. There we go. Go ahead and we're going to add a few more solar panels to this. Not much. If I can figure out how to actually... There we go. Add a couple more down here on both sides. There we go. That ought to ensure that we actually get enough solar energy to keep this thing running. Thank you for your hard work, Bob. Alright, I'm rather happy with this. So this one's done. On to the next one. Now we're actually going to probably jump to the next one because it's 120 meters away. And we're probably going to do exactly the same thing. Before I go anywhere, this is the antenna we're looking for. And just in case my game crashes, save. because I don't want to have to come back and find it. Alright, now we're going to jump. Okay, we're back, and we are at the position. See, the base is 107 kilometers away, and the re-entry, the relay is right back there, 15 meters away. We're 123 kilometers from the re-entry point, so it's not bad. Alright, so now I'm going to basically build the same thing. Build a little farther away from the ship this time. Okay. Throw the beacon up there. Laser antenna. And another laser antenna. Solar panels. Alright, so now we're going to let Bob build that up. And then we'll change it to a station. Okay, that's done. Now we just need to run over to the battery. And we are going to change this to antenna relay. Okay, convert to station. Now this laser antenna, I didn't crash, so paste. My ship might be in the way though. Oh. Alright, I'm going to move my ship and then we'll be back here to check. Alright, the ship is out of the way, so it should be able to connect. Good, it's connected to it. Laser antenna 2. We are going to copy coordinates. And the beacon, we're going to set that to 5,000 or 5 kilometers, just like the other one. So we'll only be able to see it 5 kilometers away. Alright, now we're going to come in here again and we are going to paste those latest coordinates for the second antenna. And we are going to save. Always remember to get that coordinates for your laser antenna, because otherwise you're going to lose it. Now, we are going to jump to the antenna array, and we're going to point that at this. So, I'll be right back. Alright, I just had to jump back to the relay station because I forgot something rather important. You need to make sure that you have your laser antennas turned up to the distance you need, or they won't work. So, we're going to do that, because laser antenna 2 is still set for default. There we go. Infinite. Right where it belongs. I'm going to copy the coordinates again, just because it won't hurt. Now, we will jump over to the main relay station, and then we'll get this all linked up. We'll be right back again. Okay, we're back, and we have made it to the ice mine, to the relay station. So, let's go out there and set this up. Okay, good, my helmet's on. And I will take this opportunity to point out that I made a mistake. Kind of a big mistake, too. I forgot to add a beacon to this. So we're going to come in here and we're going to take out 2 blocks. This one and this one. We are going to add a beacon to this. If all goes well, Bob will weld that up. I may have to move my ship. Nope, we're good. Now that one is the only one that's currently connected to anything. It's connected to the ice mine. We're going to come down here and we're going to look. There's the ice mine. Earth-like re-entry is almost straight out from the side. So we are going to have to add another thing right here, because we need one set up for, well, we'll just shoot that one at it. So let's come in here and we'll go change this one to EL. Now we know which one we're messing with. Come into the control panel, laser antenna EL. And we're going to paste the coordinates. And it's connected. There we go. Now we can see the static grid, large grid info. It's already a grid. Okay, good. So this is good to go. I kind of want to add a control station here. A remote, so we can actually remote access this thing. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to add a remote right on top of this beacon. No, just, well, yeah, right on top of the beacon. Won't hurt anything to have it right there.
Full. Inventory full.
I'm aware that my inventory's full, Karen. Shut up. Yes, just like that. Bob should finish building that up for us. I should have added a remote to the Earth-like base. And I didn't. That's alright. And we're going to take this beacon down to 5 kilometers. There we go. Now we'll actually be able to see when we're approaching this thing. It's not because I think we'll ever have to come back to it. It's so that we can actually not run into it. Alright. Now let's go back to the ice mine and see if we can actually access the controls on the Earth-like base now. Because that was kind of the whole reason for doing this, was to be able to access controls and inventory management on all of the bases. So we can actually see what's in need. So, I will be right back. Alright, we are back at the ice base now, and for now it's our home sweet home. But we're just going to head into the base and see if we can actually reach out and touch all of the bases. Should be able to. Originally we weren't. I already came back here once and checked, and I forgot to hit record, but I had to go back to the Earth-like planet, and I had to set that laser antenna to infinite. So now we should be able to see everything. There's the laser antenna relays, the static grid. There's a bunch of solar panels on it, so that's got to be the antenna relay. Yep, bunch of laser antennas. And this is going to be the ice base. Maybe. I do believe this is the ice base. All right. This looks good. I'm happy with this. Okay. Now we're going to actually go in and we are going to name the static grids. This one is the ice mine base. This one is the laser antenna array. I don't know what this is. That doesn't seem right, because the static grid wouldn't have wheels. Something's wrong there. Okay, so 2 antenna relays and a static grid. Yeah, this is the Happy Easter, but it's showing up as a static grid, so we're gonna have to go back to the Earth-like base to rename it. We'll just remember that one's it. And now we can actually see what everything is. and we can access it from a distance, which means I can actually go to Mars and tell this thing to go out and pick up resources. One thing I've noticed is you need to turn those off, even though they're already off. Okay. Well, this looks pretty good. I'm rather happy with this, and I was trying to go up and I wanted to check the inventory. Really shouldn't have done it this way, though. Well, I'm gonna have to send out more drones for resources, I think. I don't think I'm hurting for iron. Now, let's see about cobalt. I think I'm okay on cobalt. Silver. Oh, we're good on silver. Gold. I think we're okay on gold. No, we're not. We need to send out the gold drone. And uranium. Yeah, we need more uranium. Alright, so I'm going to send those drones out. Get the resources replenished. And unfortunately, this is a little late because I just tested positive for COVID and I've been sick as a dog. So I don't know if I'm going to get the next video out because I just don't have the energy. I apologize, but I will try and get something out, but I can't make any promises. Y'all have a great rest of your day, and I'll talk to you later. See ya.